What Charles Leclerc just said behind closed doors at Ferrari has taken the entire team by surprise, and Lewis Hamilton is reportedly left speechless amid an already tense atmosphere in Maranello. Leclerc's shocking declaration could completely shift the trajectory of the SF25's development, impact Ferrari's internal power structure, and potentially reshape the 2025 Formula One season. This isn't just a disagreement, it's a full-blown stand for independence. So what exactly did Leclerc say? What prompted it? And how will it affect Hamilton, Ferrari, and the championship fight? You're about to find out all the details, and trust me, this goes deeper than you'd expect. But before we dive into this dramatic story, make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you're always first to get the latest F1 updates. According to Corriere dello Sport, a highly reputable Italian newspaper with deep ties inside Ferrari, Charles Leclerc has informed the team that he's officially breaking away from the technical direction championed by Lewis Hamilton. In short, Leclerc no longer intends to align his approach with the feedback and setup preferences coming from Hamilton's side of the garage. Instead, he's charting his own course. And this isn't some vague rumor. This is coming straight from internal discussions between team boss Fred Vasseur and Ferrari's senior engineering staff. The reported conversation took place immediately after the Japanese Grand Prix, a race that showed glimpses of Ferrari's promise, but ultimately ended in disappointment. But what Leclerc is doing goes far beyond tweaking a few settings. He's breaking ranks, and that's huge. Ferrari, since Hamilton's arrival from Mercedes, has reportedly been placing heavy emphasis on his input. The engineers, according to the same report, have been treating Hamilton's feedback as the cornerstone of the SF25's development direction, hoping his experience would finally push the Scuderia back into championship contention. But the results? They're not exactly encouraging. Ferrari currently sits fourth in the constructors' standings. Hamilton's best result so far in a Grand Prix is ninth place. His only real achievement has been a sprint race win in China. Meanwhile, Leclerc has been consistently outperforming him in full-length races, including a strong P4 finish at Suzuka, Ferrari's best Sunday result of the season so far. And that's where things began to boil over. Following qualifying in Japan, Leclerc reportedly had a private sit-down with Vasseur and key technical figures. What he said was simple but seismic. "I'm going my own way." Leclerc made it clear he doesn't want to continue shaping his car around Hamilton's preferences. In fact, he's now working toward a new development path tailored specifically to his driving style, starting with the Bahrain Grand Prix. This shift couldn't come at a more crucial time. Ferrari is in the midst of preparing a major upgrade package for the SF25, focusing particularly on a new floor that aims to improve both balance and drivability. However, there's an ongoing internal debate over when to roll it out and which setup philosophy to back. And now, with Leclerc going off on his own, Ferrari may end up running two fundamentally different cars within the same team. Yes, really, two different development philosophies, two elite drivers, two separate technical visions playing out in parallel. That is not how championships are won. But let's unpack Leclerc's frustration. After the race in Japan, he didn't mince words. He said, "It was a bit of an annoying race. I was completely alone. The guys in front were just too quick. In the first stint I thought maybe we had something, but they pulled away. It's frustrating because we did everything right this weekend. The car felt good, the balance was there, but the pace wasn't." That's an extremely telling statement. It means Leclerc feels the setup worked perfectly for him, yet the car was still fundamentally lacking. That implies the issue isn't with his driving. It's with the direction the team is developing the car in. And that's why he's distancing himself from Hamilton's influence. In his eyes, continuing down the current path will only lead to more compromise, more disappointment, and yet another wasted season. So now, Leclerc is hoping that a development direction centered around his driving DNA will allow him to not only challenge Hamilton, but take the fight to Red Bull and McLaren. So what does this mean for Lewis Hamilton? Let's be honest, it's a blow to his authority. Hamilton wasn't brought in just to drive. He was supposed to be the guiding light for the team, a benchmark, a leader, someone to help rebuild the winning culture of the Schumacher era. But now, just a few races in, that influence is already being questioned. Ferrari's long-standing star is essentially saying, "Thanks, but no thanks." It's a bold move, and one that's bound to create friction in the garage. And this isn't just a matter of ego. Hamilton himself admitted after the Japanese Grand Prix that there's a clear gap between the two sides of the garage and that some areas of the team aren't performing at the required level. That kind of blunt honesty is rare from Lewis, who usually keeps internal tensions under wraps. It signals that something serious is brewing behind the scenes. And Leclerc's decision to walk away from the shared strategy only confirms it. So what comes next? Ferrari is now standing at a crossroads. The next few weeks could determine not just how this season plays out, but the entire future of the team. If the team backs Leclerc's bold decision and gives him the freedom to build around his strengths, they may finally unlock the untapped potential of the SF25. That could accelerate performance on one side of the garage and give Ferrari a serious weapon in their title fight. Leclerc, after all, has outperformed Hamilton on Sundays. He's shown a better ability to adapt to the car's weaknesses. There's a strong case to be made for letting him lead the charge, but doing so carries risks. Splitting development paths can destabilize a team. Two top drivers, two separate directions, and only one factory team budget? That's a recipe for confusion, inefficiency, and tension. And make no mistake, Hamilton won't take a back seat quietly. He joined Ferrari to win, to lead, and to help rebuild a legacy. If he senses his voice is being sidelined, things could turn ugly fast. We might be seeing the first signs of a power struggle that could grow far beyond a simple technical disagreement. Meanwhile, team boss Fred Vasseur is stuck in a tough spot. Does he try to bring both drivers back onto the same page through diplomacy? Or does he embrace the split and see how much he can extract from two very different approaches? It's a strategic nightmare for any top team, but even more so for a Ferrari that's still chasing Red Bull and McLaren. In a title race where every point matters, internal dysfunction is the last thing they need. And let's not forget the Tifosi, Ferrari's passionate fan base. They don't have much patience for politics. They expect unity, they expect progress, and they expect results. If this internal divide becomes public and performance doesn't improve, the backlash could be swift and severe. Meanwhile, Red Bull and McLaren are surely watching with interest. If Ferrari keeps fighting itself, the door is wide open for their rivals to capitalize, and Max Verstappen is already showing signs of returning to dominant form. Ferrari doesn't have time for drama. They need solutions. So, has the team already lost control of its 2025 campaign? Not quite, but the warning lights are blinking red. If they can't fix this fast, they risk not just losing the championship, but losing the trust of both drivers. Now it's your turn. Do you think Leclerc was right to demand his own development path? Has Hamilton already lost the leadership role he was promised? And can Ferrari recover from this growing divide before it spirals out of control? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I can't wait to hear what you think.